Kamiti ya gwetha WUIGUANO umuthi ni igireire metha-ini ndereti igi thogora wa iguru wa muturire gikaro-ini kiria gigwikinyitio ni ataramu a KIMBECA na utonga wa bururi hamwe na wari ni muthurimi wa budget ya gibururi Margaret Nyakanga.
President Samia Suluhu
no miario-ini ya gwetha ni kubugi atereire muria hari kuramata ngarama ya iguru ya muturire, ministry ya KIGINA ni yonekanire kwerekerio njara ikirekana ati mibango yayo niyo itigite bururi irima-ini iriku na gukuithia a Kenya thogora wa iguru wa indo.
The exaggerations are in the national treasury, and let me just give one example. When I was doing the budget for consolidated fund services, this is where my salary is paid from. I found out that my salary was budgeted at 3 times what I'm paid.
Odonge uria wiyumiririe ni wigie ngombo iria Kenya ikoretwo ikioya mabururi-ini ma nanja cikirekana ati wira uria cirutaga ndurakurikana kuna na uguo a Kenya magakorwo maigireirwo murigo wa kuriha ngombo citamateithirie.
You just find a name of why we borrowed, you cannot trace it to anything. You cannot tell what the money was spent for, and therefore there was no economic gain from that borrowing. It is just like taking Fuliza and then you go to the bar and drink it all.
This burden is one thing. Part of sharing the burden is to treat people with respect, right? Citizens, let's have a conversation around this question in that way. So there are no shortcuts, we agree, but perhaps the tone of the conversation could actually be more conversational as opposed to lecturing people.
Na hamwe na uguo mubango wa thirikari wigie magoti ndukoretwo githingata makaya ma a Kenya na kwa muhiano ni watho uria urahetũkirio wa kigina wa mwaka uyu. Ataramu makiuga ati magoti maria magathikirwo mari maritu kuringithania na ati bururi ni hindi urakorirwo ukianjiriria kuhonia nguraro cia kiwonjoria iria ciaumanire na king'uki gia COVID-19.
When we introduce VAT on unga, a staple food, then you know the very lowly are going to suffer. So if I had 3 things to choose, those are the things I would choose.
Problem with food, food's availability and food security and cost of living is not that there's no supply, sometimes supply is short, but that households at a certain income level, even if the food was available in the market, their income is, so it's an income problem.
Hindi ya gikaro giki atongoria a miaho ya Kenya Kwanza na Azimio ni monekanire gukararania iguru rigie mibango iria thirikari ikoretwo ikiarira ya kung'ethanira na ngarama ya muturire. Miena ino yeri ikionania kuri na njatukano hiyo igie ndeto ino na uria ibatie ni gwetherwo kihonia.
I'd like to look at what can be done immediately to give Kenyans some relief. And we did it, I mean, when we were in the middle of the COVID crisis.
Is there such a solution? Because as a student of economics, I do not know of any.
Is there something we can do with regard to the taxation regime?
This scenario requires that the government reduces deficit financing and reliance on domestic borrowing, and instead find other ways to increase the tax revenues.
Handu-ini ha Kameme TV ritwa riakwa ni Kimani wa Ngũnjiri.
When you had to share with the country the kind of